Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. This reading has channeled portions, and I'll be pulling cards also. But I do want to take a moment to thank you so much for your patience while I took time to reconnect with my spirit guide team over these last couple of months, and it has opened the door to different kinds of readings I think you're going to find. And so hopefully you enjoy it and you will maintain your subscription, or you will subscribe. So and hit that thumbs up as appreciation of the time and the effort that I put in. So this you have Sarah. You have Sarah. She is the queen of the outsiders. She is the symbol of love that endures, the love that never dies. And there's a lot of legends around her, but she is definitely associated with the energy of Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Yeshua, and Mary of Bethany. I feel as though there's a much. I would like to dive in more on her, but I'm going to just let it go at that. But Sarah is a very welcoming energy. It's a love that endures. It is a love that opens the heart. And so, Aries, you have been invited into it. So I channel the messages for you. So I'm going to go ahead and read those while I get the cards out for you. So you have here. Hold on. Sarah's saying right now that that where you have felt left out and pushed aside in your life, she wants you to know that you that was just that it's a lie, that you're not actually separated, which is not to say that you haven't actually felt that way. That part's not the lie. The lie is the big lie that we are separate. We are not all part of the same universal love. And so we are no better, we are no worse, we are actually all part of one, but each of us are unique and individual, and we bring our own sense of gifts and special gifts and perspective. It is about seeing everything from multiple perspectives. So she's showing me right now that, like, when there's like an accident and you at a corner, okay, there's four corners, and everybody's standing there, waiting for the lights to turn and everything, and then somebody runs the light and there's a big car accident, right? And then they will go around and they will talk to each of the witnesses, right? And all of these people will have seen it from a different perspective. And so we are individuals in that we get to experience life and love from a bunch of different perspectives, but that does not change the fact that we are all connected. We're all part of that group of people, right? That was standing in the corner. We're all part of that same consciousness. We're just seeing things from a different arena. This is really interesting. Okay, so Kali, it's the mother of the universe, Sarah Kali. And so I channeled this a few days ago, and it says here, the ultimate wake-up call to move into alignment. Pleasing thing that creates sludge, that cannot be the right word. Oh, I channel as I read. Oh, okay, so we're going to skip that. Thing that creates sludge in the path. Cleansing, thank you. Purging, cleansing, the thing. So this is your wake-up call to move into alignment, to purge, to clean the thing that creates sludge in the path. The lower vibration, situations, people, habits, with the North Node in your sign, it is pointing you to a new direction. Just as space as the space shuttle releases its full chambers. Okay, so when they send the space shuttle up, they attach all these fuel components to it, and as it discharges all the fuel, then it just becomes dead weight, and so they release that and let that go. And so you are being invited into releasing and letting go of the sludge, the weight, the things that hold you back and no longer provides fuel to propel yourself forward, but instead it pulls you back, it holds you down. And so you're being asked to release, to lighten up, and to allow your rocket to move ever higher. And while these experiences that fueled your passion, that fueled your knowledge, your wisdom, these things that happened while they had a purpose, they no longer have a purpose. And so with the North Node in your sign, you are being invited to release and let them go. So we're coming up on a new moon eclipse in your sign on the 8th of April, and a full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in Libra on the 24th or the 25th, depending on where you are in the world, of March. And so the eclipse season is really right around the corner. And when the North Node is in your sign, it is putting you in a new direction. It's helping you to move in a direction. And the tail of the dragon, the South Node, is currently in Libra, and it's sweeping away in things and partnerships that did not work. So it's that we versus me. And so, and yet we are all part of one. And so where the we part has made you feel less than the me part, that is being swept away. It is possible to maintain that balance between the individual person that you are and also being part of the greater whole, right? Because your individual perspective is necessary. It's not about becoming homogenous with everyone else. When an investigator asks a bunch of different witnesses about something and they all have the same story, they're like, they're making that up. That nobody has this, you can't have the same one. You have your own set of experiences that have happened that color your perspective. There's the actual place you are standing in life. It is the viewpoint. It's what you're next to, what's blocking you. All of these things, right, that create the unique experience that is your own, while at the same time you are still part of a larger group. And so we're moving into Aquarian age, and it's definitely more about what is best for the highest good in all, but at the same time what's good for the individual. It is not about sacrificing your individuality in order to serve the greater good, but instead it is about understanding that the unique gifts that the individual has is what serves the greater good. Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. And just so you know, I'm working today with the Venetian Galactic Council. And so this is definitely about heart-centered, heart chakra, opening that energy up here. And so wow, that was a lot. Okay, so do I have anything else that I wrote down? You're just being encouraged to look for where the dead weight is in your life and what you can release to propel yourself forward, right? And so here, the overall energy, we have the Hierophant, right? And so the Hierophant so often represents tradition and doing things according to structures and laws, right? It's oftentimes associated with that energy of the Pope, the Roman Catholic Church, dictating and ruling, being infallible, which is so much BS, and it's not about that, right? It's not about that. It's about seeing that you are your Hierophant. You are the knowledge and the wisdom and the spiritualness and the expansiveness of who you are. And collectively, we are all part of this big expansive energy. And so it's doing things differently. He's sitting in joyful meditation because he is aware of his own sovereignty as a divine being, as the spark of God, which we all are. And so this welcoming in of the outsiders with unconditional love, where you have felt left out in the cold, where you have felt disconnected, where you have felt Chiron's moving through your sign right now, helping to heal these inner child wounds, where as a child you felt like you had to play by the rules, or you were pushed aside, or whatever, the wounding was. And a lot of that wounding happens in the first 7 years that we carry that through. You're being invited to push that aside and step into your own power of knowing that you are a spark of the divine and you have a direct connection to that energy. So, key to the situation here, we have this Hanged Man card, this willingness to see things from a different perspective, to allow your inner light to fill you. She's reaching into the emotional waters. She's choosing to be there. And there's all these sacred geometry things going on in there, and it is almost as though she's drawing them into the water. She is creating the magic by understanding her own power and her own greatness there. So there's this energy of pausing and waiting that is going on here. And I feel like it's a pausing and the waiting for more understanding and more healing to come through. More understanding, more healing. I say that because how do you transform the situation? We have the hermit who's sitting there and seeing their own inner light. Look at all the light shining out from them, right? Here we have the hanged man. This is a pausing and gaining insight and information. So this is past, present, future, generally speaking, thoughts, feelings, actions. There is also houses, Lenormand houses, for greater depth that I've assigned to each of those. And the key here is this, but this is the coffin. The transformation is this going within and pulling your energy within. And as we move into this eclipse season, the more you are in touch with who you are, this meditation, but it's joyful meditation. Both of them are just sitting there, connecting with the universe, right? That's how you're going to transform the situation. They both have stairs. There's an elevation here. They both have stairs. They're being elevated. And up here, this light here is like, it looks like a tree, but it also looks like, again, what it is that you're drawing in the water, coming together, creating that light. The action to take right now is actually just to be open to receiving. We have the Four of Cups, right? And it's like these other things were not emotionally satisfying on some level. These other things, and you've got your hand on this cup, right? It looks a lot like this container right here. It's like you got your hand on it. It's the right hand. So the right hand is actually you creating, as you are receiving the healing of the rainbow light coming through. And maybe you don't see it yet. Maybe what you don't see is that this pause that you're taking is actually doing what needs to be done. Because here you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, Eight of Pentacles. Or you are so busy trying to do everything, and how do you create that balance? Because creating balance in order to move forward is definitely a challenge with the Chariot here in the challenge position, right? He is driving through intuition. There are no real reins on this. This is the subconscious and the conscious working together to move forward, to carry you forward. And I do think that it's the balancing. And the challenge is actually he's kind of just sitting there. Again, it's focus. I want to read this card. It's something about focus. Oh, it's right here. So it's the Selkie, appreciate the moment. The action to take is to appreciate where you are right now. And even though it feels like nothing is happening, they're both sitting here enjoying right now, filling up their heart with the light. There's something really important about recognizing where you are in this moment in time. And while everything is not happening as fast as you would like it to, and I have to tell you, the North Node in your sign, it points you in a direction. And then over the course of the next year and a half, while the North Node has moved on into Pisces, it's a period of integration. So what are you learning right now by paying attention, by focusing in the now moment? What is it that needs to be released from the past and let go, which allows you to focus on what's happening right now? That's the integration that will allow you to actually get things moving forward. Am I saying that nothing in your life is going to move forward over the next year and a half to 2 years? I am not saying that. I am saying that there are some certain big goals, dreams, lessons, growth, things that are happening that are going to take time. And they're showing me the bamboo. So the bamboo, when you plant a bamboo, it's a grass, but let's call it a tree, right? You plant that, and you nurture it and you take care of it. And there's a lot of growth happening beneath the surface. And then it takes 5 years. And seemingly overnight, it shoots up 35 feet with just rapid growth once it starts going. Asparagus is similar to that. And that actually, asparagus is much closer to the time frame where you'll notice the growth starting to happen. And so the asparagus, it takes the first year, you see nothing. It's all happening underneath the ground. The second year is when you start to get the stalks. And I got to say that they come up and they're a little skinny, they're a little weak, and you have to decide what you're going to do with those. If you let them go to seed, then you're kind of taking the energy away. And so you actually kind of want to clip them back early. So that the roots get more of a chance to do their work. So that third year they really produce. And so it's an integration process. Selkie and the seal stop for a while, enjoying the peace in the shallows. In this moment of awareness and tranquility, they sense their connection to the world. Above the sparkling ripple wisp of mist rises, brushing the shoreline with silky tendrils. They see a silver blue world transformed by moonlight. Those are those eclipses that are happening in your sign. We had some already. We're having more. So we can sharpen our senses by not dwelling on the past or thinking about the future, but by being attentive to our surroundings and the sensation that we are experiencing through the interaction that can enjoy the peace and the happiness of the present moment. It is time to come into your present moment and appreciate the small things. I do want to think it's the small things. And so in the area of energy, of resources, time, money, financial, emotional, you've got the 10 of Cups. I think this is the dream you have with the Ace of Swords, which is again about receiving what you need that will get you there. And so the more that you open yourself up to allow this energy to flow to you. It is not about micromanaging and controlling. It is about being very present in the moment and shifting your balance as you move through this energy. And so here we have the King of Wands in the area of what is draining your resource. And again, it's that control energy, and it's the I'm supposed to be large and in charge. When they're saying that right now, you are just supposed to be here in the moment, feeling the joy of where you are right now and being open to receiving what is coming through and seeing the good stuff. And so here, if she will just turn and look, she would see the beauty in that moment. So what can you actually practically do, right? And so as you're driving to work, what do you notice that's interesting? Or you go to open up your car and the window just happens to hit the light right and you see a little rainbow on the ground and you go, oh, that's so pretty. Or your child brings you a painting that looks like, I don't know, they've mixed all the colors of all the colors from the finger paints in there. And so it really just looks like a gray-black blob. But can you appreciate the joy that they put into creating that and their excitement and sharing it with you? You're Aries, so I'm going to go with yes, you probably will. But it's that. It's almost as though, Aries, you need to reconnect with your inner child, to find the joy in the moment, to remember that exploring where you are in the present moment was the exciting things when you were a child, right? When you saw the grasshoppers in the grass, or when you laid there and you watched the clouds, or, any of that Aries inner child that we're all seeking to heal right now. You guys had a rough go of it, and they were like, you're supposed to be a grown-up in a grown-up world. And they're saying, no, you're supposed to enjoy where you are with childlike innocence again. You don't need I feel like you've been burdened by the responsibilities of life. And it's time to let some of that go and recapture just a little bit of your childhood by really being where you are. So you're the second sign I've done today. I started with Pisces. And here we are. Both of you have this Four of Pentacles sitting here in the heart space. And so since we're working with the Venetian Galactic Council, I get the feeling that collectively we have a lot of people, for a variety of what I would consider very good reasons, being very self-protective of their energy. And again, energy is financial, emotional, spiritual, time, money. I think I said that already. Creativity. Everybody's like kind of like in a holding pattern, afraid to release and let anything go. But if you're afraid of having nothing and you're hanging on tightly to everything, you are limiting your growth. Because the outcome card is this, the Magician. It is remembering that you have everything you need and you can manifest more. You have everything you need inside of you to manifest and create what it is that you want. But if you notice, he's focused on what he's doing in the moment. He's focusing on what he's creating. So what are you trying to create in your life right now? That's what you should be focused on. If you're trying to create this beautiful Ten of Cups, you know what's interesting is they both have this rainbow in it. In one of them, they're riding on the rainbow, and the other one, they almost seem to not see it. So turn around and notice where the beauty is happening in the moment, because it is the little rainbows that come together to create the large rainbow. So you have resistance and fear and abundance. The resistance, the fear. Okay, so there's two energies. There's love and there's fear. And everything can be broken down as an iteration of one of those two energies. And the fear of loss, of lack, of not being enough, of not being enough. King of Wands, not having enough. But that would be King of Pentacles. You have the King of Wands. So I think this is more of a lack of, feel like you just aren't good enough. No matter how hard you work, you just can't seem to get to where it is that you think you should be right now. But if you learn to appreciate where you are right now, that's when the path lights up. It's almost like the fog clearing when you're driving down the road. You can only see, a few feet in front of you. But as you drive that part, then you see more. The next few feet sometimes. Sometimes, though, when the sun comes up and starts to burn it off, you get to see further and further. I almost feel like everybody is kind of sitting in this place right now where they're trying to figure out where they are and where they should be going. And they're saying, well, where are you right now? So it's super foggy and you can't really tell, but look around. Is there not a beauty that comes through when the fog is kind of frozen on the branches of the bare trees? Or just the quiet that seems to hang in the air on a foggy day? Like, even though it's not the bright sunshine that you would like, in this moment, where is the beauty? Where's that thing? It's almost as though if you could imagine yourself a photographer, or maybe you really are, because I find that fire signs are often photographers. They see things through the lens of, they focus on one thing when they take that picture. because they're looking for the beauty, the uniqueness, the rawness of it, but they're focused on that one moment, that moment caught in time. Okay, so you have the violet flame. At the bottom of all of my videos, I have a violet flame meditation. It is just music. You just put it on and you just imagine all your troubles going, the anger, resentment, hurts, pains, whatever's bothering you. Being caught up in this purple violet flame, being lifted up off of your body, out of your aura, and then transformed into the light as it explodes around you. It's like an hour-long video. It's in the description box below. So you have transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, and constant distraction. And you're being asked to focus on what is being offered to you right now in every now moment. You have the light body independence, brings comfort, past restrictions, and ancestral healing. This is Chiron working through your sign right now. Really, it is conjunct, as I record this, it is conjunct the North Node. And so this is probably why this is coming forward so strongly. There is this ability to heal the hurts and the pains of the past, of this lifetime and of other lifetimes. And you do this by focusing on where's the joy right now, and how do I, this is a joyful step, that looks like the next joyful step, that looks like the next joyful step. And kind of releasing yourself from this burden of feeling like you have to be so grown up all the time. Because Aries, you are the child of the zodiac, and when you feel like you have to be a grown-up, then that is not comfortable. That is not a comfortable place. And so in this moment where everything kind of seems to be still, there's a big shift and change coming with those eclipses. And so, allow that to come in. Allow that to come in and transmute and transform your life. And be there for the ride of it. Perseverance. You have turquoise. It's focusing on the earth element. Okay. To me, turquoise is the throat chakra. What is the truth of what you want to manifest and create in this world, right? You're focusing on it with the Eight of Pentacles here, but you have the Ace of Swords over here. Perseverance. Show up and do the work, right? But in order to really master something, you have to be where you are in that moment, focusing on the task at hand. You have to be in that moment, noticing the abundance of everything that's going on around you, the beauty of the moment. There is a real need to come into the present moment and to focus on that. And your perseverance in being in the here and now is what is going to transform your life into a variety of ways. Okay, so this is grapes, so this is wine in this glass. So, grapes require specific conditions, attention to the detail, and daily. They get daily monitored, right? It's very hard to make that perfect grape, right? And here we have this mug, this container that needs to be filled up. We have, where to go? We have the arrow, right? Pointing you in the direction that you want to go. That's definitely that North Node in your sign, showing you where you want to go, and you have the Owl of Wisdom. So you have a lot of things here about your attention to the details in the moment. will point you in the right direction, and you're going to learn a lot. And you're going to be able to fill up not just this cup here on this 4 of Cups that's being filled up, but all 10 of them. So the action right now to take is to focus on this 1 cup that is being offered to you, right? This vintage wine, right? These are both cups. And there's wisdom to be brought forward in this. And there's all this beautiful energy here, pointing you in the right direction with this golden arrow, which really looks like the arrow on a compass. So, all right, well, I hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this so that you'll be notified when I upload. I have to say a woodpecker just showed up at my bird feeder. Woodpeckers, to me, are about being consistent, being persistent, and doing the work every day. And he's black and white, which is definitely about the balance that needs to come in. So thank you for hitting the thumbs up. To me, the thumbs up says you appreciate my time. Even if you don't think it resonated with you completely, you appreciate the time and effort I put in, so I appreciate you doing that. And I'm on Facebook every day. I'm on Facebook every day doing astrology, but I do it with cards and intuition. So it's Intuitive Astrology Daily over there at Moon Directed Tarot. The link is in the description box below. I'd love to see you over there and connect in. You guys take great care of yourselves. And if this resonates for you, please let me know in the comment section below. I truly appreciate that. And I will see you in the next video.